He stood right behind Donald Trump in the White House. He called him a fantastic person. He helped put him back in the Oval Office in front of 300 million people. But something just happened. Something so big that Joe Rogan couldn't stay quiet anymore. And when Joe Rogan speaks, the entire country listens. To understand why this moment is so explosive, you first have to understand what Joe Rogan means to Donald Trump. This isn't just some celebrity fan. This is the man. When Trump sat down with Rogan before the 2024 election, that single podcast episode was watched and listened to by over 300 million people worldwide. 300 million. That's nearly the entire population of the United States tuning in to one conversation. Political analysts, campaign strategists, media experts, they all agreed. Rogan's endorsement on the eve of that election didn't just help Trump. It may have been the single most influential media moment of the entire campaign. So when Joe Rogan calls something Trump did, quote, nuts, that's not a tweet from a random celebrity. That is a political earthquake. Now, to understand why Rogan reacted the way he did, you need to know what actually happened with James Comey. James Comey, former director of the FBI, one of the most recognizable figures in American law enforcement history. A man Donald Trump has openly despised for years. In 2025, Comey posted a photo on Instagram, just a photo, of seashells on a beach, arranged in a pattern that read 8, 6, 4, 7. Now here's where it gets wild. 86 in certain slang means to get rid of something, to eliminate it. And 47 is Donald Trump's presidential number. The 47th president of the United States. Federal prosecutors in North Carolina looked at that photo, those seashells, and charged James Comey with 2 federal counts of threatening the president of the United States.
He had a rather non-confrontational interview via sources last year with the FBI and with the Secret Service, said, listen, I made a mistake. He voluntarily came in and did this interview, but now he is facing at least 1 federal charge. We don't have the exact indictment yet. We're told we're going to be getting that.
Comey immediately said it was insane. He said he posted shells on a beach, that he had 0 violent intent, that he plans to fight every single charge in court. And social media? Social media exploded because people started digging up old posts from Republicans and conservatives who had written 8646 during Joe Biden's presidency. The exact same thing, different number, no charges. That double standard, that's what set Joe Rogan off. On his show, The Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan didn't hold back. He looked at his audience and said, and I'm quoting directly here, "This is a crazy thing to arrest someone for." Then he went further. The problem with these guys is it sets a crazy precedent. It's nuts, like you're going after someone for something that's just silly. Now think about who is saying this. This is not CNN. This is not MSNBC. This is not some left-wing journalist with an agenda. This is Joe Rogan, the man who sat in the Oval Office just 2 weeks earlier, standing directly behind Trump while he signed an executive order. This is the man Trump called, on camera, a fantastic person.
We all respect Joe, and he's a little bit more liberal than that's okay. I have a lot of friends that are liberal, but Joe is an amazing guy.
And now that same man is on his podcast calling Trump's DOJ nuts. That tells you everything about how serious this situation actually is. Here's what the mainstream media is missing about this story. The Comey indictment isn't the first time Rogan has broken with Trump in 2026. Not even close. Earlier this year, Rogan publicly questioned Trump's war with Iran, calling it the direct opposite of what Trump promised voters during his campaign. He sat down with podcast host Theo Vaughn, and the two of them criticized the Iran war for over an hour, racking up more than 3 million views.
The people that I've talked to that have served overseas and have been involved and deployed in military operations and seen a lot of shit, a lot of them are of the opinion that you shouldn't be able to make those decisions if you've never been to war. You don't know what it is. You don't know what you're sending people to do. It doesn't mean you're not still going to be a tyrant, because there are some people, like clearly Netanyahu's been to war. You know, he was in the military. He was involved in some shit.
Was he?
And he was like a special forces operator in Israel.
He's been pushing questions about the Epstein files and why the Trump administration hasn't released them the way many supporters expected. You see the pattern here? Joe Rogan isn't flipping on Trump because he hates the man. Joe Rogan is doing something far more dangerous to the administration than hatred. He's doing what he always does. He's being honest. And in today's political climate, honesty from someone with 300 million listeners is the most powerful weapon on the planet. What makes this even more fascinating is how Trump has responded to Rogan's criticism. When Tucker Carlson criticized Trump, Trump attacked him publicly. When Megyn Kelly pushed back, same thing. When other allies stepped out of line, Trump came for them on Truth Social. But with Rogan, Trump keeps calling him a great guy. Trump keeps praising him. Trump refuses to go to war with Joe Rogan. And that tells you something massive about the power Rogan holds even inside the White House. So where does this go from here? James Comey is expected to challenge this indictment aggressively in court. Legal experts, even conservative ones, are already predicting early motions to dismiss. The First Amendment questions alone could tie this case up for months, if not years. But here's what nobody is talking about. Every single day this case stays in the news, Joe Rogan has a reason to keep talking about it. Every court filing, every hearing, every legal twist. Rogan's audience, which is 78% male, which is exactly the base Trump needs, is going to be hearing his unfiltered take. And if Rogan keeps pulling on this thread, if he keeps asking why seashells on a beach became a federal felony, while Republicans posted the same thing about Biden and faced zero consequences, that's not just a podcast episode. That's a narrative that reshapes how an entire generation of men thinks about the Trump administration. Joe Rogan built the biggest podcast on the planet by saying what others won't. He helped Trump get elected by saying what millions of Americans were already thinking. And now he's doing it again. Except this time, the target is different. If you want to stay ahead of stories like this before they hit the mainstream, hit subscribe right now. Drop a comment below. Do you think Rogan is right about the Comey indictment? And share this video, because this story is only getting started.